Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Scrap Mechanic, and today we are doing another speed builds challenge with the Scrapyard Discord, where I ask members of the Scrapyard to challenge me to build things, and I try to build them in a short amount of time, and however I interpret the suggestions, and we see what we come up with, and usually hilarity ensues. So let's see what kind of suggestions we're dealing with today. All of the very creative and original and very well thought out suggestions, for sure. Okay, I found the first suggestion that I want to do, which is a rocket stabilizer mug by another bot. Now, the stabilizer mug has been a staple of previous videos and even speed builds on the channel, but I don't think I've ever just added a rocket to it, and I have an idea of how to make this even just better than a rocket stabilizer mug. It's gonna have some additional functions to it. Wait till you guys see. All right, if we're gonna build a rocket stabilizer mug, first things first, we need a rocket. So I'm just gonna slap this right there. There we go. And then we can go ahead and remove the actual concrete. Okay, the unfortunate thing I'm just realizing is that the rockets do not have a center point. So we're gonna make a quadruple rocket stabilizer mug. So that way it's gonna be evenly weighted. But I'm actually gonna need to use some logic and like a timer for this. All right, I got the logic hooked up. Can you guess why I'm doing this yet? Now we need to have our quadruple stabilizer mug installed. Don't worry, installation's actually pretty easy. All you need is your suspension and your mug, and then you put your suspension down first. There we go. And then on top of that goes your mug. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this so that all of the logos are kind of like facing outward like this. Is that right? There we go. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now, key thing, make sure that you put the suspension on its lowest setting. All right, we are almost ready to see if this thing will work as intended. All right, so I'm just gonna hook the timer up into here, and we're gonna see if we have a rocket stabilizer mug. Oh, no, that was way too strong. That's okay, that's why I saved it. All right, let's put this on the lowest setting and start with that. Okay, there we go. All right, the stabilization doesn't really seem to be doing anything, actually. No, the suspension doesn't really respond to thrust. I think it actually reads it all as one piece, to be honest. Oh, there it goes. I put the stabilizer mug on a rocket, therefore it's a rocket stabilizer mug, okay? These builds aren't supposed to be quality, they're supposed to be entertainment, and I think that's pretty hilarious right there. There it goes. Don't spill your drink. All right, well, these are just gonna be going around the world. Let's go ahead and do some other suggestions then. Okay, the next suggestion we're gonna be doing is an IKEA car by the Hammerhead. What he means by IKEA car, I'm not quite sure, but I know how I'm going to interpret it. All right, so for IKEA car, we're gonna start off with a car, believe it or not. Now, you see, my impression of what IKEA is or means is some assembly required. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the car right here. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Oh, one more piece left. There we go. All right, there goes the roof. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. There's a game plan here. I know exactly what I'm doing. All right. There we go. Okay, I think we're almost ready. Here, I'm gonna put this over here. Oh, no. This is not gonna do. There we go. That's more like it. All right, this definitely needs some adjustments. Here, I'll just delete that. And I'll just delete that. All right, we can put this back here. We can put this up here. All right, so now this is the right of the car. There we go. Let me just take a hammer and knock that over. Gotta make sure that we disconnect this wheel right here. Then this is the other side of the car. All right, so rear wheel goes right there. This is a front wheel with the front suspension. All right, and then you get your car roof, which I guess I'll just put this over here. Oh, hold on. No, this isn't gonna do. This is not gonna do. See, the chairs also have to be separate. All right, and I think we have it. Let me just do a quick check, make sure everything's in order here. There you go. there's your IKEA car. Some assembly is required. The instructions will be included in a 3-page manual on how to do a 5-hour project. Don't worry, the pictures will be very confusing, and there will be virtually no actual written instructions at all. And that right there is my interpretation of an IKEA car. And I'm just gonna leave those parts there. If something happens with them, something happens. If not, somebody will find it and be like, hey, free car. That just got me thinking, like, imagine if IKEA decided to start a car company. This is how it would go. They wouldn't have an assembly line at their factory assembling cars for you. You'd actually get the pieces all in their own independent boxes, and then you'd have to be responsible for setting it up yourself. They'd send you a whole workshop with it, pretty much, because sometimes they like to send you the tools that you need for the job, but yeah, you're gonna need an entire workshop for that. All right, let's get over to another speed build. All right, Frank Thomas here asks for a Spud gun powered wheel. Now, I've done Spud gun powered cars before, but I don't think I've ever really done just the wheel itself is Spud gun powered. And I have an idea for this. It may not be what he meant, but it might be what he meant, so let's do it. All right, I'm gonna use the wooden wheel for this one because the wooden wheel is actually pretty big, so it's definitely gonna give us some room to work with. All right, and here it is. This is the Spud gun powered wheel. All I gotta do is start hooking this into the things. This is gonna be good. I think this is gonna work really, really, really well. This thing isn't annoying to listen to at all. All right, are you guys ready for the Spud gun powered wheel? It should be amazing. Oh, we're shooting our creation over there. All right, well, let's just do this. Oh, okay. Okay, this is actually worse than I thought. That's a lot less effective than I thought it was going to be. Here, let's go get it back. I feel like this should work better. All right, what if I drop it from like up here? All right, and go. There we go, kind of. It doesn't want to stay upright. I expected more of you. All right, we're gonna try it again. I spawned another one in. I feel like it should stay upright better. Why is it lean to us? Oh, that's doing good. That one's doing really good. Look at that. Is it gonna go off a jump? Oh no, it's just gonna slam into the, oh no, it's missing it entirely. There it goes though. That's a Spud gun powered wheel if I've ever seen one. It's just going. We're gonna have so many random things just about this map, just doing stuff. Look at it go. All right, you know what this means? This means we need to start sending out a bunch of these guys. I know this is probably not gonna work very well, but I wanna do it. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm terrible at this for some reason. There we go. All right, are they doing well? All right, look at this. They're so much better now. Oh, look at those guys. Oh, that guy fell over. Oh, that guy got some air. They got some air. All right. Well, I think Spud, oh no, I just realized our entire map is littered with wheels that are just shooting Spuds everywhere. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with that. That's kind of how speed build goes. The chaos just gradually increases and increases until the eventual implosion of our world. All right, on to the next idea. Okay, here we go. Angeled23 asks for a motorcycle that transforms into a unicycle. So I think in speed build fashion, I have the perfect idea for this. Okay, first things first, we're gonna have to build a motorcycle. Unfortunately, I don't have one on my lift right now, so I actually have to build one from scratch. So this is gonna take a little bit longer than the usual speed build thing, but I think I can make it work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a motorcycle here that actually kind of works. And I actually, what was the request? Motorcycle that turns into a unicycle? Oh yeah, we gotta do the unicycle part now, don't we? Okay, don't worry, this is the part that's gonna get a little bit shaky, but I think I have a solution. Okay, here we go. So, I don't know if you can figure it out how this thing is gonna transform yet into the unicycle, but this has a transforming mechanism. And once it gets triggered, we should see this thing become a unicycle very, very quickly. We just gotta actually trigger it. Unfortunately, I don't have a button hooked up to trigger it, so maybe these wheels over here can actually help me trigger it. Maybe these wheels over here can help me trigger. Here we go. Here we go. I think it's gonna happen. Oh, and there you have a unicycle. I mean, you can't sit in the unicycle because the seat's gone, but that right there is a one-wheeled motorcycle, which equals unicycle. See, look, there it goes. See, I told you. Mission accomplished. Let's get on to the next suggestion. Okay, here we go. This is actually a pretty good suggestion, and it fits Scrap Mechanic perfectly. Mr. Naris says, Naris, make a guy with a big brain that is so big that it explodes. So I think it's pretty obvious how we're gonna do this. So let's do it. All right, this is a really dangerous map to be building anything that explodes, to be honest, because there are just Spud guns randomly flying everywhere. Or rather, Spuds. The guns aren't flying everywhere, just the Spuds are. But I'm gonna try to do this. But first, we need to build a big brain person. I think I'm just gonna go for just a head, and then we're gonna fill it with big brains. And when we ask it a difficult question, we're gonna make it explode. Now remember, this is speed build, so this is not gonna be the most anatomically correct or even proportional head you've ever seen. I'm just gonna build something real quick. Alright, well this was definitely a dangerous process building this. There were Spud guns hitting all over the place as I was dealing with explosives, but it's not the best shaped head, but it passes. So let's paint it up, make it look a little bit more head-like, and then we're gonna ask it some really difficult questions and see how big brain it actually is. Alright, I painted him up a little bit, but I realized that Mr. Big Brain here doesn't actually look like Mr. Big Brain. I think we need to make his head a little bit disproportionately bigger before we can really say he's a big brain. Okay, this is more like it. Here is Mr. Big Brain, and we're gonna ask him some questions. Now, he is bald because usually the real big brain people tend to be bald. You know, like Professor X and Professor X. So we're gonna ask him some questions, and hopefully one of these questions will require so much of his big brain power that his head explodes. Let's see what happens. So the way this works is we got 5 buttons here, and each one of these buttons represents a question. So what you do is you ask a question, and then you pick a button and you press it, and he may not give you answers, but he's gonna think about the answers. So let's see what he says. Okay, Mr. Big Brain, what is 2 plus 2? I think the question was too easy for him. He didn't even want to give a response. He's thinking about it though. You can tell by the way his eyes are up and to the left there. He's thinking about it. Okay, Mr. Big Brain, next question. What is the heaviest animal on Earth? All right, that question didn't seem to faze him at all either. Okay, Mr. Big Brain, what is the meaning of life? I'm not really being impressed with Mr. Big Brain so far. He's just ignoring all of my questions, so I'm gonna give him a real tough one now. All right, Mr. Big Brain, what is 1 divided by 0? Oh, okay. Oh, right there. Well, that one did it. Yeah, don't divide by 0. He actually, see, the reason why that happened, as opposed to the rest of us who try to divide by 0, is he actually did it. Because he's such a big brain. He divided by 0, and this is what happens if you actually manage to pull it off. So don't try to divide by 0, everyone. Otherwise, this is what's going to happen. Okay, well, that last one there was not exactly a speed build, because I took a lot of time trying to make this thing look like a head. Did you have a favorite one? We have a handful of things flying around the map here. I mean, IKEA car is a pretty good one as well. We got the Spud-powered wheels, which are still going, shooting Spuds at me. I get hit with one every so often. But let me know which one of these was your favorite, and make sure you join the Discord if you want to be around for future episodes where I involve you guys in the Discord. If you want to see other speed builds that have just as crazy or even crazier results, then you're going to want to check out this playlist right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.